all, he's
do you debate
said
anything?
that the life of Christ is a myth when it's a historical fact.
Okay, what evidence do you have of this fact? What evidence do you have of this fact?
Historically, it's mentioned in Josephus.
Yeah, which is a fraud.
Wait a minute. You asked me a question. Let me answer your question.
Okay, and point by point, Josephus is one passage in the writings that is, it's just kind of stuck in amongst other things that he was writing. It doesn't really flow. It doesn't fit. It's written in a different way, and pretty much every historical scholar, biblical scholar, has said that it's a forgery. It was put in there much later.
People lie. You know, there were 500 people that saw Jesus.
Okay, what evidence do we have of these 500 people?
Wait a minute. You asked me a question.
Okay, so what is the evidence of these 500 people? Point two.
If you give me a chance, I'll answer your question. If you keep talking, then we'll just be arguing.
Okay. Well, go on.
After Christ was resurrected, there were 500 people that saw him at once.
Okay.
And there were a lot of them living during the time of Paul. Paul even saw him.
Okay, but no. Wait a second. You said 500 people saw him.
Yes.
What evidence do we have of that?
Well,
other than it written here, what evidence do we have?
That's the only evidence you need.
That's one book.
That's all you need. You said that
they have Harry Potter books written out there.
You said, first of all, you said it was a myth, but then you turned around and said, well, there's an account of this in just about every nation or tradition. Or what did I say?
No, there isn't. No.
Let's not be speaking very clearly, because I've apparently been very misunderstood.
Talking about the virgin birth, and he's talking about in other...
There were lots and lots of other gods in centuries before, and prophets centuries before, that were born of virgins.
Okay, now name one.
Mithra. Okay, Mithra.
Mithra, when was he born?
It was a couple centuries before, but on what we can nail down, December 25th.
Oh, okay. So Mithra, this god supposedly Mithra.
Yes.
And did you say this is a myth?
Well, I believe that's a myth too, but apparently everybody else does too. Nobody worships Mithra anymore.
Yeah, but Mithra, I've never heard of Mithra other than probably in some book, God-denying book like you've read.
Yeah, if you do some searches, they come up with
information. People go around digging in holes and things, and they come up with all of these false gods. Mithra may have been a god.
So what evidence do you have that your God is not a false one, just like Mithra?
I've just told you, because he's living today. He was resurrected and seen of about 500
He's
people.
Not making the news anywhere.
It doesn't make any difference if it makes the news.
Well, it does kind of make a difference if you say he's walking around.
Wait a minute. He was seen by people that committed their life to him, that he stayed on earth 40 days after he was resurrected.
Again,
and
evidence.
In order to quiet people like you who are God-denying people.
Again, evidence.
Okay.
Anything outside of this book, anything other than one book.
There does not need to be anything other than that book.
Okay,
we can bring in the virgin birth, which is what we're focusing on.
The other book is probably an atheist like you, and you're not going to realize that God exists until you face him, on your way to that place.
Okay, so back to the threats.
Yeah.
Back to the threats.
But it's a fact. It's not a threat. It's true.
Okay, well, that's what you say. But you have failed to give us any shred of evidence. And he hung up on us, so goodbye. Again, offered absolutely no evidence for things other than, well, the book says so. Mm-hmm. So what? Books say lots of things. Unless you have something to back up what's said in the book, some physical evidence, some other documents that back up these things.